Hello guys, over the weekend the Corsa happened, and this happened in Nyahururu Airstrip, and Mo and I today want to speak about it. Basically, we're car enthusiasts if you don't know, and also have an overview of the feel on the ground, because for once something happened that has not happened in the Kenyan automobile scene, or basically motorsport scene, but it's not quite unique. It happens worldwide. Subarus can be a bit interesting. For this commentary, I'm for Team Subaru.
Well, for the Team Subaru, mimi niko hapa kwa Audi. Audi guys. I'm here supporting Audi people. Yeah. You know, like what are you looking for in a romantic partner? Twin turbo. 600 horsepower.
Okay.
I'm all for that. Audi. I'm really Team Audi on this one.
So, yes, I think what happened at the Corsa event, I can say the Audi was surely beaten simply because of 1 or 2, 3 reasons. I don't know more. Why was the Audi beaten now that you are Team Audi?
First of all, I think that Audi is a very powerful car, yeah? So the fact that the Subaru WRX beat the Audi, honestly, I'm just giving this up to the driver. Like, the driver done did it. I don't think it's about the vehicle. I think the Audi is still more powerful, but I think the fact that the driver was the one with the Subaru, if he was given the Audi, definitely the Audi would have won this one.
So you want to say it was all a driver a problem?
Yeah, in my opinion.
Now, I have a question. This race took 2 days. It started on Saturday, ended on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
This was a finale,
yeah.
or this was just a final race.
Yeah.
And for sure, all these guys had beaten guys before they got to this final race. So how is it a driver issue, considering that this guy was beating other guys before he got a tough competitor who was a worthy opponent, the WRX Subaru, a 1987 creature?
You're not convincing me that it's about the vehicle. Yeah, I know you're a Subaru enthusiast, but tungepea Leroy hiyo gari, the Audi, ndio tuone, because now when you tell me that he had beaten other people, and now the Audi guy had beaten other people, and now he was unable to beat Leroy, no. So,
okay, for sure, one thing I'd like the viewer to understand, or basically the Kenyan car enthusiast to understand, there are a few things that comes to a race. If you all know, Impreza is a very interesting chassis, and for sure it has a wide range of engines that car can work with. First of all, the basic Subaru Impreza is a 1.5 liter engine, or basically 1.6, that's what people say. And there are 2 variants of it. There is the 2-wheel and the all-wheel type of Impreza. Most of the all-wheels tend to be turbo, but again, in other specs, like the other time we had a GG3, which was an all-wheel non-turbo, and basically a 1.5 liter. So one thing you guys should understand, when it comes to cars, it's not all about the make, the age. Age is just about a number. One thing I'm sure, this Impreza, I spoke to Leroy, and Leroy told me 1 or 2 things, but I'm a bit surprised. There's an element that I was a bit surprised. First of all, this WRX is a WRX. It's just a 2.0 WRX. It's not a 2.5 STI. For those that do understand, Subaru, or most of these Subaru bodies you see, they can be able to load from a 1.0 engine to a 3.0 engine within the boxer range. So there's a way they make these Subarus, and they give you an opportunity to fit any engine you feel comfortable in. Again, it also comes with some mods. Don't take it lightly. It's not something that you can just do with a penny. It's something that takes a lot of money into it. My take about the KAT 111 that car basically had an old body but full of life.
Yeah.
For sure, it was a 2.0 turbocharged vehicle, all-wheel drive, and again, it also has a, let me just say, the weight to engine power ratio was quite a good element for the race. The Audi on the other end, the Audi was just stock. This is just a stock Audi. Probably you guys are talking about you're talking about 700-600 horsepower, but the reality is, if that car is dynoed, maybe it's somewhere around 500 and something horsepower.
But it's still more than the Subaru.
Due to the age, yeah. But now, one thing you're also forgetting, the Subaru had a 2.0 engine, which is well tuned for sure. Because again, if you saw the launch of that car launched.
To launch, I was like, the
launch of that car, clearly, one, it had a very good driver. Leroy is good at what he does.
Yeah.
For those guys who drive manual cars, and you can attest to that, like there are times we find ourselves with our small manual car, and you find an automatic car can pick faster than the manual car, and you end up beating that car at a good one. So clearly, Leroy had the shift game, and also the car was very good in terms of response. What I'm actually surprised about the vehicle, it's that it's not a 2.5 liter, it's a 2.0. For God's sake, 2.0 is just a standard. I can call it a standard turbo engine for all Subaru platforms. So having such a small engine for turbocharged WRX and managing to beat a new car is something significant. However, there's also the element of, at times, let me just say, I don't know, maybe it might not be what you expected me to say. Not every car that has a bigger horsepower is good enough for every race.
Yeah.
When we talk of time trials, or basically we talk of those short races, and it's all about 0 to 100 and how fast your car can move from 0 to 100. If your car takes time to activate the turbos and stuff, for sure you'll be beaten. And at times, if your car has more horsepower, it takes longer for the car to stabilize and actually act or utilize the horsepower in the car. So what actually we saw is, one, a driver who knew, Leroy knew, chances of him winning were slim, and he was very ready to actually lose, or maybe win, but with a very small margin. And the other end, our Audi guys, they had won all the races and probably thought, this is just our cover, because for God's sake, we're in a country where we believe that everything Europe is superior than Japan. But for sure, when it comes to automobile, I'd tell you, no, you just need to know your engines well and use them correctly. The other thing, our Audi guys, I'm sure whenever you're racing such a car, it's very expensive, because probably you bought it at 6 or 5 or 7 million, and our WRX guy on the other side, they're thinking of they bought the body at maybe 300 and worked on it with an extra 1.2, so probably the car is worth 1.5 or 1.6 million. They have nothing to lose. After all, actually if they win, like what just happened, the race, everything changes. It now becomes, there was a race that an Audi was beaten by an Impreza, and I think that is something that motivated Leroy. So
I'm still vouching for the Audi, and in the next Corsa event, I'm sure this guy will just come back and they will both be there, and I am feeling almost certain that the Audi is going to beat the Subaru in this one, because I still believe that car is more powerful.
Yeah, for sure. Chances of it beating the Impreza are quite there. They are quite there, but again, I still believe it's only that locally, maybe it's only in this local car scene that the Impreza became a victor of the past. But when you check out worldwide, you can check channels on YouTube and stuff, you actually notice Subaru is not a joke. I've checked several drag races, and Subaru really maintains the pace.
Shows up.
For sure. And if a car is well tuned, Subarus, I don't know, but they just have magic. There's magic that the Boxer engine has, and if you're willing to risk and push your power, you can really achieve much. So let's sample a few comments. I think it would be better to also hear what other people said, so it's not our view peke yake, si ndio?
So content research content.
No, not really. I really had to check this, huh?
Yeah.
So there's this post that someone made a comment about the race, trying to mock one of the leading car sellers within Kiambu Road. And the response was interesting because for them they cited things like car seats, car heated seats, car warmers, reducing noise, exhaust noise on and off, and suspension stuff.
Suspension.
You see, there's one thing we all don't know. The reality is, if you go to a race, you go to a race to win, regardless of how good your car is. And by the way, if you feel your car is so special, don't race these small vehicles. Don't race them, just stay aside. You see, the racing scene has one rule. If it looks as if it does not deserve to be there, don't race it. You see, this is sleeper car manenos, if you know.
Yeah.
There are those cars unaangalianga TV and you're like, no, hii kitu inanipeleka. Exactly. So if it doesn't look like it needs to be there, please don't race it. Just let it be. By the features of the Audis, the features are very good. That car, in terms of the car specs, it's on another level. I was actually surprised to see it racing. Let me just say that. So basically, from that post, several comments came up, and for sure, people are for Audi in terms of the long distance race, and guys are asking for a 10-kilometer race.
Yeah.
But again, Subaru heads like us. Subaru
boys
all the day.
Oh my god.
The point is, if you need a 10-kilometer race, for sure that's a rally, and it also needs one or two extra things. But again, if you lose a race today, you've just lost it. I'm sure some of us hata shule kuna wale watu unapatanga mtu alikuwa ana top kila time, alafu ikifika hiyo final exam analala.
We wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Wait for the next
one. For sure, he lives to fight another day.
But wape Leroy.
Unachoma sana. They live to fight another day. So kuna mse hapa alisema, kuna mse anaitwa Econ Laban. Sai composition yote ni ya what? That is to the dealer. Because for him, I'm sure he still doesn't believe, do we really need to defend this car this much? Alafu some guy went ahead, anaitwa Francis akaenda akasema 700 horsepower twin turbo na kosokoso zingine. Enyewe Francis is just from another planet. 700 horsepower twin turbo na kosokoso zingine. Enyewe mlichokitafuta kiliwaramba. If you know this quote. Sunset Corsa hatukuwa tumeenda kutafuta comfort na ma stories zao nikisiagi. Mngekuwa mnajitetea something like poor launching, maybe mngeongelea kitu kama mkianza mngekuwa mkiongelea vitu kama poor launching, it would make more sense to Francis, but mkianza stories sijui comfort and stuff, it doesn't make sense to him, which is actually the same sentiment. So kimemia mnachotafuta kwa Subaru hamkijui, jana kiliwalamba. Okay. There's a lady here called Essie. Ni Mackenzie amejitetea hivyo. John Ole, I'll not say the full name, akasema the winner celebrates and the loser explain. Wise man saying, wow. So ni mingi. We cannot fully read all of them, but let me give more to just check a few.
Okay, people are really getting into it and just really dragging the Audi on the ground. Because others are saying that every 4 rings owners, that's like Audi owners, nightmare. Mpaka wakaita Volkswagen mwenzako Golf na wakachapo pamoja.
Actually, by the way, guys, before the Audi was beaten, this Leroy alitandika a few German machines. VW hazikusamehewa, so please, it's not about the foreign speaker.
Yeah. And we've also been told there are only 2 cars in the market. There's Subaru and others. Which
So I thought you should know.
Yeah. So basically everybody has their own opinion as to what exactly happened here. But I think the next event will probably have more traffic.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this one had a bit of a low turnout. Also, maybe the weather and maybe it was
I think the weather was a mess.
Yeah. So in the next one, we will for sure see what is going to happen. Lakini kuna wengine pia wamekaa wakitengeneza Subaru zao, and then they'll come again with them next mini. And then in that time, maybe I'll jump ship and I'll be like, Subaru, yay.
Alafu, by the way, if you didn't notice, this time around, the GTR didn't go. Yeah. So I think, I don't know, but tough times ahead.
Tough times? Oh my god.
You need to work.
But is it the next one? Is it in July? I'm not sure, but I think I had something like that.
But the funny thing about this rally stuff, small rallying, basically GT stuff. Yes, one can talk about maybe the next one is in July, but don't be surprised if another organization comes with a GT and guys pull up, for sure. If Leo attends, everyone will be ready to race you. Yeah. So I'm sure it won't take a month or 2, or maybe 3 before we get to see a new child on the block, or have the ultimate winner maintain this position.
But also, there's also somebody who mentioned that shida haikuwa gari, ilikuwa dereva.
Taja jina moja.
He's called Masharia. Akasema his launch haiku make sense. Watu wasome launch mode ya Audi before waingie behind the wheel. 4 rings for life. And I'm like, yes, 4 rings for life.
Yeah, actually what Macharia is saying is true, because personally when I saw the launch, and I'll attach this clip, there's a video that I'll look for the video if I get it. That is a video that shows from behind. You could clearly see the sub guy was ready to just hit the road.
Take off.
But the Audi guy, I think he thought he has a big jembe or maybe a bigger machine, so akajua hii kitu ataikula, lakini walimramba.
We need to make a bet.
Yeah, sure. But on who now? What if Leroy doesn't come?
Not on Leroy. Your faith is not in Leroy. Your faith is in Subaru, right?
Sure.
Right?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, my faith is in Audi, so we need to make a bet, like.
And okay.
For the next one.
Now my question is, what if a VW guy comes and takes the race? Because again, VW is a good. So I think.
Yeah, but now whatever we are talking about, you're fully for Subaru.
Yeah, I'm Subaru.
You're Subaru and others. So me, I'm here representing others.
Sisi ni wale wa that guy, that boxing guy, anajitangaje? That is that guy.
Yeah.
Mkitupiga tumewapiga, na tukiwapiga tumewapiga tu. You understand? Whether you win or lose, Subaru all the way.
We are making a bet.
So the bet will be done. Thank you guys for staying with us. The bet will be done for sure, and probably in the next Corsa we need to show up. Hii maneno ya kungoja tuone watu wakielewa mwanzo. I let it be. Probably, yeah. Let's see how the next Corsa goes. And guys, what's your point of view? For those who understand. And don't hate us, don't fight us.
Imagine, I forgot to mention the disclaimer: we are not experts. We know a little bit. Maybe one of us is an expert of some sort. I don't know, but we are really not experts in this case. We are just giving our opinion based on the small experience we've had with vehicles, or if you may say.
I don't know about
it. Comment. Ciao.
Ndio hiyo.